Hey guys, it's Klaudia from TheKays and welcome to our new video. So in today's video I would like to share my drum routine and just tell you how I play drums, why I play the drums, what songs I know what to play, etc. And yeah, hopefully give you some tips along the way. So I'd like to start off by telling you that drumming has always been my biggest passion, and that's because I feel that whenever I play the drums, I feel that I'm really like in my own zone and really focusing on myself, my inner self, so to say. So therefore my goal with drumming has always been to have fun and just enjoy the moment. Because often when you have a busy day with work, with school, with friends, with family, you kind of maybe not always have the chance to kind of sit down and relax and just be yourself. Therefore music and especially drumming has been my way of just being in my own zone, being in my own bubble, if you would like to call that, and just focusing on myself and focusing on enjoyment. Alright, so I'd like to thank Donner for sponsoring today's video, and not only have they been an awesome partner to work with, but they also offer a variety of instruments, including drum kits for both beginner drummers and beginner musicians, to, however you want to call yourself. But if you're looking for maybe, a new drum kit that's not super pricey, but would do a great job if you're, a beginner drummer and want to learn, or a beginner musician and you're interested in other types of instruments, I would definitely recommend you to check out their website. You can find the link in the description below, and you would, hopefully find something you like. Alright, so the first thing I would like to share with you is that, how does my practice look like? So because my main objective is to have fun and to be myself and to just be in my own zone, I just love to play to any random playlist. So I have a Spotify account. I guess you can find any songs on YouTube as well, but I like to use Spotify because you can have your own playlist, and I'm not necessarily watching the music videos, so for me it's all about the sound. So I just put a bunch of different songs in a playlist, or I find a random playlist on Spotify. And recently I've been playing a lot to, for example, 90s music, 80s, 90s, even 2000s, but for me it's when I play to a bit older songs, for me what's the most important here is to hear the different type of beats, right? Because in EDM or more modern songs that we have now, the beats are pretty much the same, so therefore it's also a good thing because you can actually apply your own creativity to songs that have very easy or simple beats. So you can maybe express yourself in ways that you create your own beat to the song that has an easy beat. So what I mean is, like, you follow the easy beat and then you apply your own fills or your own breaks or that kind of stuff. And me, by listening to older songs that have more complex drums in it, I learn myself to listen to the more complex song and try to figure out what's going on with drums and what kind of drum beat and drum break is it, what kind of fills, what's the tempo. So the fun part here for me is to just also learn to listen to what's going on in the song. And I found myself becoming very happy after listening to 80s, 90s and 2000 songs, because when I was a kid, I used to listen to these songs a lot, but I was not playing the drums yet. And now, when I play the drums to the same songs that I used to love in the past, I just feel like a connection that, I'm really enjoying listening and playing to the song. So, number two. So for number two, I'm gonna have to mention this, and why I say it with maybe not the most happiest manner is because I'm talking about Rudiments. Well, Rudiments has been, it's probably the most important thing in how to learn to play the drums. because it's like the ABC of drumming. You get to learn, you know, step by step how to make movements, and there's a bunch of rudiments that, you know, everyone should be practicing from the start, and including me. So I'm guilty of not practicing enough rudiments as I would like to, because for me, when I practice rudiments, for me it's more about like learning in that moment and becoming better. But since my main objective with drums is always to have fun, I don't always like, you know, want to do rudiments, because I rather have fun. You know, if I have an hour to play drums, I choose most often to have fun. But yeah, when I do play and practice rudiments, I can see that, for example, I can make a goal for myself for a week, right? So what do I want to achieve end of this week when it comes to drums? Do I want to learn a new fill? Do I want to learn a new break? Do I want to learn a new beat? Do I want to focus more on my feet or foot? Yeah, like what do I want to focus on this week? So when I sit down and I think about my drumming, I most often think about, first of all, having fun. But then when it comes to challenging myself and learning something, it usually involves learning a song. So for example, I take a song that I would like to maybe cover one day on YouTube, and I play to it, and I play to it, and I see, you know, once I have the basics done of the simple beat, I try to see what rudiments can I apply in this song. And therefore, you know, by knowing what I want to learn to apply to this song, I'm able to, you know, connect the dots and find out what rudiments I have to practice on more. So yeah, I would recommend doing rudiments for everyone, because it's really important to, you know, keep in the flow in a way. And don't get me wrong, whenever you're playing to any song, whenever you're doing a drum cover or just playing to any song, you know, you're applying rudiments already. So it's not like if you don't do rudiments aside from playing that you won't get better. You will get better, but with rudiments you get like a kind of like an understanding of maybe what you don't know yet, you know, what you don't know how to apply yet. And thanks to learning the rudiments, you would be able to apply something new to the song. So for me, I can do rudiments maybe twice a week, just to focus on what I want to learn and where I want to be end of the week. Okay, and the last thing I would like to mention is that for making drum covers, I really have to focus on finding, you know, songs that are liked by people or are want to be watched by people. Maybe that's a better way to say, that wants to be watched by people and listened to. Because not all songs that I like, you guys would like, and you know, I just have to see like what's trending. And having a YouTube channel can be sometimes difficult, because maybe you like a certain song that, you know, might not get as many views on YouTube, but that's okay because you like the song, so you can play to it without thinking of doing a drum cover, or, you know, just separate your mind. But if I'm in the mindset of doing a drum cover and learning songs, and I would like to mention basically all the Alan Walker covers that I have done. I love playing to Alan Walker songs, and that's because I really feel like a connection that whenever I hear the song, even for the first time, I feel like a connection to it, and I feel that I have the creative freedom to play however I would like to the song. Of course, there's the BPM, there's the basic beats that you have to follow to not sound weird when you make a drum cover, but the parts in between, and I would like to mention, like, you know, the clapping sound that I have used very often in many Alan Walker covers, I like to play with all the tones that I have, especially for Alan Walker songs, and I don't know, I just feel like the sound fits all together, so that's why I do it. But anyway, my point is that when I practice to make a drum cover, I usually practice for 2 to 3 days to the same song, not the whole day, but let's take 2 hours of the day to practice 2 to 3 days, then record it for myself just to, you know, hear, does it sound good? Does it sound like I hear it, or does it sound rubbish? And when I'm satisfied with what I hear, I let Kevin hear it as well, and you know, he gives his feedback as well, because it's always good to have and to record yourself to be able to, you know, progress, to go even further with your drumming or with your creative ability, because sometimes we get so caught up in our own minds, which in a way can also be good. But if you're looking to improve yourself on drumming or how you sound with the drum kit, then it's definitely a good idea to record yourself and just listen in for feedback. You know, be open to hear feedback. Good, bad feedback, you know, it's all part of the challenge, I would say. So when I finally am happy with what I hear, and when I get, you know, good feedback from Kevin or some other people that I ask about the sound, then I'm happy to record a drum cover. And I'm always analyzing myself afterwards as well. So whenever I post a video, I like to rewatch that video in a couple of months. For example, recently I've been rewatching Faded drum cover, Sing Me to Sleep drum cover, Alone drum cover. So these are like all kinds of songs that I have recorded with such a huge passion, but I would say maybe not with the best technicality. So I like to analyze those videos. I like to analyze what I have played to, how I played. I love to read your comments, and that's also a great way to get feedback. You know, you learn, you read, you learn, you apply. And yeah, that's kind of also like why I like to make drum covers and share these videos with you, because I love hearing your feedback, and you know, the bad, the good, the medium, like everything. So yeah, I think that was my my drum routine, how I play and how I apply feedback and how I go forward. Yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.